So welcome you all to the video on cyclic codes. This will be the part 2 of cyclic code, where in the previous video we have been discussing about what is meant by a cyclic code and what are all the properties of the Galois field or the elements that we are going to use for the construction of cyclic code. So cyclic codes are basically a form of linear block codes where using only one code word we can construct all other code words in a given set of linear block code. That means the code word of a system of a cyclic code will be the rolled off version of only one code word. So welcome you all to the second video on cyclic code. In the previous video, we have seen what is meant by a cyclic code, and we have seen how Galois field elements are used to construct the code, and we have seen some of the arithmetic operations related to Galois field, where all the bit streams are represented in terms of polynomials in X. So now we will see the properties of cyclic codes before we move ahead to look at the generation of cyclic code. So what is meant by a cyclic code? We have already seen that the cyclic codes are the form of linear block codes where the code words will be designed in such a way that where if we do the cyclic shift on one of the code word, we obtain the other. So therefore this is a very simplest form of linear block code because it is having a certain mathematical structure, and we can easily implement them using the shift registers and the modular dividers or the logical circuits. So looking at the properties of the cyclic code, the first property of these type of codes are an n comma k cyclic code can be generated using a generator polynomial. And n comma k cyclic code is generated by a generator polynomial of degree that is n minus k will be the degree of the polynomial, generator polynomial of n minus k degree. That means the polynomial in X, the maximum power that X can take is n minus k, and that is given by g of X is equal to g naught plus g1 into X plus g2 into X square, so on. The last term would be the coefficient is g of n minus k multiplied by x raised to n minus k. So the generator polynomial is a unique one which is defined for a particular cyclic code that we are trying to generate, which is also known as the generator polynomial is also called as irreducible polynomial. We'll come to that why it is called as irreducible polynomial. We have, or it is also known as primitive polynomial. Irreducible means we have seen in the last video that there are no factors for this particular type of polynomials. That means the factor is either that means if you put either a 0 or a 1, nothing can lead to a value equal to 0. The equation will not equate to a 0. Such a polynomial is called as a irreducible or primitive polynomial. So generator polynomials are irreducible or they are primitive polynomials. Having said that, the second property of the generator polynomial is the g of x. The generator polynomial g of x of an n comma k cyclic code is a factor of another polynomial which is x raised to n plus 1. This holds good for every cyclic polynomial or every cyclic code which we are defining. Let's suppose if I take a 7 comma 4 cyclic code, the generator polynomial of this 7 comma 4 cyclic code is going to be a factor. That means it is going to properly divide a polynomial called x raised to 7 plus 1. We are going to see in the examples how this happens. So therefore, if there are factors for this polynomial called x raised to n plus 1, so this is our reference. Let me write it first. X raised to n plus 1 can be written as multiplication of factors. So this polynomial will have one of the factor as generator polynomial of degree n minus k. Remember, the degree on both the sides, the degree on x should be equal. So here I have x raised to n on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I already know the g of x will have only the degree of n minus k. So the rest out k degree polynomial is, we define it by the name h of x. This h of x is nothing but, we might have you might remember that we might have come across another generator matrix will have its corresponding parity check matrix. So therefore this h of x is nothing but our parity check polynomial. So h of x is what we call it as parity check polynomial. So what does this mean? The left hand side polynomial called x raised to n plus 1 is going to have minimum of at least, it will have two factors, which out of which one of it is generator polynomial of degree n minus k, and the other one is parity check polynomial of degree k. So this will have a degree of k, and this has a g has a degree of n minus k. These are the first two properties of generator polynomial, or the properties of cyclic code. Coming to the third property, the third property is if g of x is a polynomial of degree, this is a contrary type of statement. If g of x is a polynomial of degree n minus k, then, and if it is a factor of x raised to n plus 1, then it generates n comma k cyclic code. So this is kind of a contrary. Using the first two, there we know that g of x is a generator polynomial, and we have been deducing what it means. But here, let's suppose I have g of x and I want to decide whether this polynomial is supposed to be a generator polynomial. How do we check that? We check if it is a factor of x of n plus 1, and then we will first see whether it is having the degree of n minus k, knowing n and k, and then we decide that this could be called as a generator polynomial. So a random polynomial can be called as a generator polynomial if it satisfies this particular property. So coming to the fourth property, how do we find out the code word? So the code vector polynomial, which is addressed as v of x, can be found by just multiplying the data polynomial or the input polynomial, data sequence polynomial, with the generator polynomial g of x, where d of x is nothing but message vector polynomial. We call this as a vector because it consists of set of bits. So message vector polynomial, that means it will be of a degree k, which means it is known that in an n comma k cyclic code or n comma k linear block code, k bits of information will be converted into n bits of code word. So likewise, d will be the data polynomial of degree k, which when multiplied with the generator sequence, a generator polynomial of degree n minus k, will give us an code word of degree n. So d will be of the form, the data sequence or data polynomial will be of the form d of x is equal to d naught plus d1 into x plus d2 into x square, so on. The highest power on x is, it starts from 0 to k minus 1. So the highest power on x would be x raised to k minus 1. So totally it is a k degree polynomial. So this method, that is where we are multiplying v of x, to obtain v of x we are multiplying d of x and g of x. This method of obtaining the code word is known as non-systematic way of coding. So this is non-systematic. This gives us a non-systematic cyclic code. So what does this non-systematic means? As we know, in the linear block code, we have two parts. So the one is the parity bits part, the other one is the message bit parts. That means we are going to divide this n bit block into two two sets of information. One will be of the size k, the other one will be of the size n minus k. So one part would be message, the other part would be parity. But when we do in this method, this will not put the code word vector in this format. Rather, it will be jumbled. The parity bits will be jumbled within, but it gives us a n bit code word. So it does not have a proper location for the parity bits to be placed. So therefore, it is called as non-systematic cyclic code. So how do we obtain this code word is, how to obtain v of x is, firstly consider we have k number of polynomials. So why k number of polynomials? We know that the size of the input data is k. Assume that I have k number of polynomials with polynomials are g of x into g of x square into g of x, so on. I have the last one as x raised to k minus 1 into g of x. So how do we find out the all these polynomials will be of degree n minus 1 or lesser. So from these polynomial, when we find out the linear combination of these polynomials, we obtain the code word vector v of x. How do we obtain? Let us suppose I have a data sequence d0 d1. Assume that I have a data sequence d0 d1 d2 so on up to d of k minus 1. So in that case, using d0 to dk minus 1 as the coefficients, I can multiply this k number of polynomials into the coefficient of data, that is d0 into g of x plus d1 into xg of x plus d2 into x square into g of x, so on. The last one would be dk minus 1 into x raised to k minus 1 into g of x. So this is how we find out the code word vector or a code word polynomial using the data polynomial and then as well as the generator polynomial. So this method of finding out the code word vector, we call it as the non-systematic way of finding the code word vector. Now we will see there is another method to find out this code word vector. So how to do that is, assume that v of x, just now we have written, we can write this in general as v0 into v0 with this is x raised to 0, v0 into x raised to 0 plus v1 into x raised to 1 plus v2 into x square plus so on. This is an n degree polynomial, so it is v of n minus 1 x raised to n minus 1. This will be the code word polynomial. Assume that I multiply this entire code word with x, that means we are shifting the code words now. So this will amount to v0 into x, v1 into x square, so on. The last one would be vn minus 1 into x of n. So now v of n minus 1 can be written or split into, I'll write this as, I will for this above sequence, what I'll do, since I know my code word vector is always of the degree associated, v of n minus 1 should always be associated with x of n minus 1. So keeping this in mind, what I'll do, I'll add v of n minus 1, and since subtraction in the modulo 2 adder will be same as the addition, I'll add and subtract. So this looks like that. So now combining these two parts, what will happen, taking out v of n minus 1 in common, I'm left out with x raised to n plus 1 plus, so observe over here, v of n minus 1 plus v naught into x plus v1 into x square plus so on. The last one would be v of n minus 2 into x raised to n minus 1. If you look at the cyclic shift of this code word, if you do the cyclic shift by one position, I'm writing it over here at the top. This is the 1-bit cyclic shifted version would look like this. V n minus 1 will come to the front, so this looks like v of n minus 1 multiplied by x raised to 0, v naught into x plus v1 into x square, so on. The last one would be vn minus 2 into x raised to n minus 1. So this part exactly is being present over here. That means x into v of x is nothing but v of n minus 1 into x raised to n plus 1 plus 1 bit cyclic shifted version of your code word. Okay, so this is cyclic shift of v of x, 1-bit cyclic shift of v1 of x. And this happens to be another code word. So please remember that v1 of x, the expression in the expression x into v of x can be equated to v of n minus 1 into x raised to n plus 1 plus of v, the cyclic shifted version of the code word v of x. So remember that when we assume that we are dividing this entire term by g of x, in that case x into v of x, that is cyclic shifted, and then x raised to n are both divisible by g of x. So therefore this must also be divided, this must also be the divisible by g of x. That means if x into v of x, any version of v of x will be divisible by g of x, assume that this I'm entirely dividing by g of x. What we are trying to do here is we are trying to look at, or we are going to justify this 1-bit cyclic shifted code word is also another code word. How do I judge that? Assume that I'm dividing the entire equation by g of x. Since v of x is divisible by g of x, the code word must be divisible by g of x. X into v of x will also get divided. So therefore x into v of x, and we already know g of x is a factor of x raised to n plus 1. So therefore x into v of x and x raised to n plus 1 are both divisible by g of x. Therefore it also says that g1 of x must also be dividable by g of x, must also be divisible by g of x. Therefore g of x, v1 of x is a multiple of g of x. v1 of x is a multiple of g of x, multiple of g of x, where g of x can be v1 of x can be written as linear combinations of those k number of polynomials. That is, v1 of x can now be written as something like this, which is dk minus 1 into the polynomial that I wrote into g of x, plus this is some vector. Assume that I can write this as a linear combination. Let us not make it complicated by writing in terms of code words, I mean that is input message. So I can write this as a linear combination. I'll just write it as some d naught d1 into g x into g of x plus d2 into x square into g of x, so on, dk minus 1 into x k minus 1 into g of x. So this means the v1 of x can also be expressed as the linear combinations of g of x, where d naught, d1, d2, dk minus 1 are some other different message sequence that we could give as an input to obtain this code word vector v1 of x. Okay, so this is the cyclic shifted version of the previous code word, which happens to be the actual code word for the another set of message bits, where message bits are given by, assume that I'll put it as d naught dash, d1 dash, d2 dash, so on up to dk minus 1 dash. So this is an interpretations which state that this cyclic version or cyclic shifted version of one of the code word can lead to another code word for a different message sequence. So this is about the property number 4. Coming to property number 5, to generate a systematic cyclic code, what we need to do is, so that means a systematic cyclic code means we need to put parity bits in one order, followed by the data bits. So to do that, in order to do that, what we need to do, we have to find out a remainder polynomial. How do we find out a remainder? So remainder polynomial is obtained. This remainder polynomial, we address it with r of x by this r of x is obtained from division of x raised to n minus k multiplied with d of x by g of x. That means what we are trying to do is, we are going to divide the n bit code word into two parts again. What we will do is, we are going to fix up the parity bits at the beginning followed by the data bits. To do so, the parity bits we need to obtain, that will be given by your remainder polynomial, and the rest would be your data polynomial d of x. So how to do that is, we are going to first multiply the data polynomial with the power x raised to n minus k, and this we are going to divide it by g of x. So by this I get some coefficient q of x polynomial multiplied by g of x, and I will be left out with one remainder polynomial. This remainder polynomial will go into the part of an n bit polynomial or an n degree polynomial. You can also call this as n bit code vector. So this is the method to find a systematic cyclic code. So we will see one example now. I'm going to solve an example to find the code word vector in both non-systematic as well as the systematic method. So the example is, for a 7 comma k, for a 7 comma 4 single error correcting cyclic code, d of x is given, which is d naught plus d1 into x plus d2 into x square plus d3 into x to the power 3. That means this is a 4-bit message. That means k degree message. And x raised to n plus 1 is nothing but x raised to 7 plus 1. And it has the factors. It has got two factors. One is 1 plus x cube. And the other one is 1 plus x square plus x raised to 4. So among these two polynomials, please identify which one is generator's polynomial. That means it should be of the degree n minus k. So what is n? N is 7 and k is 4. So therefore 7 minus 4 is 3. So the first polynomial is your g of x. The next k degree polynomial is your h of x. So for this, using the generator polynomial, they have given the generator polynomial. Using the generator polynomial called g of x, which is 1 plus x cube, find find all 16 code vectors. Find all 16 code vectors both in systematic and non-systematic form. So if you do this, you will get to know what is the difference between systematic and non-systematic form. So we will be considering only one example to do over here. So the first method that I will be considering here is the non-systematic method. So in the non-systematic cyclic code, how do we find out the code word? It is the mere multiplication of the polynomial of data multiplied by g of x. So let me consider a data sequence called D with d0, d1, d2, d3 coefficients being 1, 0, 0, 1. So how to express this in polynomial? So starting from left side, we are going to give the powers in x. So d of x can be written as 1 into x raised to 0 plus 0 into x raised to 1 plus 0 into x raised to 2 plus 1 into x raised to 3. So this polynomial, data polynomial, would be 1 plus x cube. How to find out the code word? Since I know already g and I know d of x, I am going to find out v of x by multiplying 1 plus x cube with 1 plus x cube, which is the generator polynomial. So let me consider v of x. Again, 1 plus x cube multiplied by 1 plus x cube. So I need to find out the code word now. How to do that? 1 plus, I'm going to multiply the second sequence with 1 first. 1 plus x cube. So let me leave one place for x square, if at all, if there is any. And then the second, I'm going to consider x cube and multiply with every other element in the second polynomial. So the first that I'm going to get is x cube plus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 6. So once I do this, look at the add the two sequences. So you will see the similar terms are only x power 3, x power 3. So it is 1 plus x raised to 3. 1, if you take in common, it will lead to 1 plus 1 plus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 6. As we know, in the modulo 2 addition, 1 plus 1 is 0. So the resultant code vector polynomial is 1 plus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 6, which can also be written as 1 into x raised to 0, 1 into x raised to 1 plus 0 into x square plus 0 into x cube plus 1 into x raised to 4 plus 0 into x power 5 plus 1 into x raised to 6. So in another way, v of x has a bit sequence. I can write it as 1 1 0 0 1 0 1, which are the coefficients of powers of x. So the data sequence 1 0 0 1 has the code vector given by this. So here you can see, you will try to map data 1 0 0 1. You will try to search over here, because in the linear block code we know that there will be two parts and we can identify the data sequence clearly. But if you look at the code word vector, here you cannot identify where the data is. It might look as if it is in the second bit, starting from second bit to the fourth bit, but it is fifth bit, but it is not like that. We cannot classify that. If you take another different data sequence, you might end up getting a wrong one. So what we do, this is a non-systematic method of finding the d. So this is for one of the example. Now let me do the same, finding out the same code word for the same data sequence, but in systematic way. So now, how to find out the systematic cyclic code? So in this method, what we do is we can, let me write the data sequence again, 1 plus x cube. So what we do here, we are going to find out r of x, which is obtained by dividing x raised to n minus k into d of x. We are going to divide it by g of x. We are going to obtain a remainder and a quotient factor. So I know g of x, I know d of x. What is g of x? Let me write g of x. It is 1 plus x cube. D of x is 1 plus x cube. So I will find out what is x raised to n into d of x, which is nothing but x raised to 7 minus 4 into 1 plus x cube. So this leads to x cube into 1 plus x cube, which is equal to x cube plus x raised to 6. Now what we need to do? We are going to divide the sequence by g of x. So we will do the polynomial division. X cube plus x plus 1. Please always write with the highest power to the extreme left, then followed by the decreasing degree of x. And then here x raised to 6 first and then x cube. So to do this modulo 2 division, please follow the modulo 2 division procedure. So in order to get x power 6, I need to multiply this polynomial with x raised to 3. So multiply this, you are going to obtain x raised to 6. Let me write in a proper position. Somewhere here it will be x raised to 3, x power 6. Multiplication of with the second term, you going to get x power 4. Then you're left out with x power 3. Do the subtraction. So this will get cancelled, this will get cancelled. You are left out with x raised to 4 as a reminder, and this power of x is still greater than the highest power of generator polynomial, so it is still divisible. So you are going to, if you need to get x power 4, you need to multiply this generator polynomial with x. Multiply that, you are going to get x power 4 plus x square plus x. Do the subtraction again, so this cancels out. You're going to get a remainder as x square plus x. Why do I call this as remainder? Because the highest power of x in the remainder polynomial is lesser than the highest power in the generator polynomial. So here the division stops. So that is the remainder polynomial r of x is nothing but x square plus x. So now how do we write the code word vector is, or the code word polynomial is, the remainder can be written as, now if we are going to put it in terms of powers of x, it is 0 into x raised to 0 plus 1 into x raised to 1 plus 1 into x square. So in terms of bits, if I want to write, it is 0 1 1. So please remember this. So how do I write in terms of code word? So the code word v will now be written as, the first remainder polynomial will come first, 0 into x raised to 0, 1 into x raised to 1 plus 1 into x square. So I am left out with 1 plus x square. What you need to do? You need to place this x power 3 plus x, that you need to place it over here. That means it is x power 3 plus x power 6. So this part, how to construct this, I'll tell you again. 0 1 1 1 0 0 1. This is your code word to the data 1 0 0 1. So here you can clearly see this is the data, this is the parity part or the remainder part. So how to write the code word again in the systematic way? First you write the remainder polynomial, followed append it with x raised to n minus k into d of x. So this will be your parts of the code word. So remainder polynomial first, followed by x raised to n into d of x in the second part. So this is how we construct the code word in systematic way and non-systematic way for the n, k cyclic code. Thank you for watching this video.